posted in a while. But sorry I haven't posted in a while. I'm gonna do a crazy game. The link is in the description. Sorry, I was just watching this funny thing. I'm gonna show you it.
I can't speak highly enough of these kids when these people give I'm down here to help out, I guess, but I take out more from this than what they do.
Turning up even after their 48-point punishment overnight, Brisbane's finals hopes taking a huge hit.
That's so funny.
Despite not making history, unplayed Craig Bellamy wasn't too thrilled with it.
Yeah, Reggie said he couldn't do anything but laugh, and
What is he
that's
doing?
what I said,
Taroka continues first. NRLW title defence in dominant fashion against the Eagles. Isabel Kelly scoring 2 tries in the first half in her first game as the side's new skipper. From there, it was a team effort with 7 different try scorers in the 38-16 win. Adam Scott says he feels in control after shooting a 2 under 69 to take the lead at the halfway point of the BMW Championship. The 42-year-old topping a congested leaderboard with 4 players, including Scotty Scheffler, just 1 stroke behind.
we'll see if you can get it spent back. Here it comes.
Scott wins, he'll jump up to 3rd in the FedEx Cup rankings, putting him right in the mix. Forget this, the $26 million bonus. Isla Tom Lamont at the Cincinnati Open, knocked out of the first WTA 1000 quarterfinal by Petra Kvitova. The left-handed Kvitova sweeping her side, firing 12 aces in a 6-2, 6-3 win.
Petra Kvitova, the dangerous weapon that she has.
The Aussies' focus now turns to the US Open next week. And like a wildcard, Kaoli Vast showed his vast array of skills at Chopu. Not only did the 20-year-old knock out the GOAT Kelly Slater in the semis, he also threaded a tune, Switch.
Switching stance with the backhand, going in the backhand, the switch stance position, and he's even looping on the backhand switch foot. That stuff is crazy to do.
Yeah, the local marine life enjoyed it too. Vast was pipped in the final by Brazilian Miguel Pupo, while America's Courtney Conlock won the women's event for switching things up in the surf.
Oh my
Vast
god.
can Vast now play of the day. That is incredible. Surfs this way, switches it up that way, nailing barrels.
Oh my
No
god.
idea how you do that.
That's nuts, isn't
Oh
it?
my god.
Next, Winner Jackson has the weather details for the rest of the weekend.
Landing wedge.
Come on, get yourself something new. Do you think so? You'll love it. Put yourself first for a change. Yes.
Same age, same income, same starting balance. With a Lucy switch to an industry super fund 5, 10 or 15 years ago, she's been better off. Compare the beds. Passport is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Whatever they were. Oh my god.
Blocked nose? Get Vicks Inhaler for fast relief.
The AFL finals are almost here, and it's same-game multi-time. For
every AFL game this
Dum,
round.
ba, da, ba,
Place the
bum,
same game
bum, ba, da,
multi
ba,
with
bum,
3
bum,
all
ba, da,
legs
bum,
and a
bum,
selected
bum,
number of plays square. Get more spending up to $50. Tab. Download the app today.
Expenses.
Dyson Airwrap harnesses the Commander effect with new engineered attachments to
Not
cool
yet.
faster,
Holy
shape,
already.
and now high flyaways. Attachments for every hair type at dyson.com.au.
Oh. I don't know what else to play.
It starts with a look, don't they, miss?
I'm gonna do. Shoot,
Not
but
too
I'm
far
gonna
from
play
where you are. There's a place where a man speaks to you, and you leave speechless. Stay close. Go further.
Fluffy puppy. The one
Meet Harry.
closest.
Later getting mate. Thankfully, with his new Westinghouse top loader, Harry's clothes will be clean in just 20 minutes. Now he can always look professional, even if it's short on time.
The new refill order profile.
Travel to the world's most exotic locations with Cameron Hatter and Sophie Faulkner. Luxury Escapes. Next on 10. Good evening. Conditions across the country have been relatively settled so far this weekend. A weak cold front is moving through the southeast that has led to a bit of a chilly day across Victoria, and we are seeing some isolated showers across parts of the southeast. But generally, the rest of the country is looking almost cloud-free. Now, this has been thanks to a dominant firm region of high pressure that has allowed for these settled conditions.
Learn
That
how
cold
to
front that's been
slide.
moving through the southeast will clear east over
I'm just gonna do
Ultimately,
this.
it's sliced of the Greek Islands, and it's every bit as impressive as its coastline.
It's not the typical Greek island experience that I was expecting. Now, we've transitioned into this lush green sort of landscape. This is another surprise. Corfu is the greenest island in Greece. And the countryside is very lush and verdant.
I thought otherwise. Only I leave it.
How does it have the lemon? I don't know how to have
Last
that.
time they got COVID, I reckon they got sick. Oh, and so because I was in the shower, I told them
Broke like glass. Broke like glass. Broke like glass.
awesome.
It's actually a monastery.
Glass.
Orthodox Christian monastery. It's got
Bye, Tiny.
well, it's a
Broke like glass.
amazing day.
He broke like
Great to
glass.
be your hometown.
He broke like glass. Glass.
This is a must-do. Get out
He
and
broke like
explore.
glass. He broke like glass. He broke my glass.
Join our cruises on a luxury yacht cruise in the Mediterranean, Red Sea, or Indian Ocean, and discover the magic of small ship cruising. More meals, shore excursions, and more are included. Secure your unforgettable 2020 Cruises Luxury Yacht Cruise Collection. For more information, order a
handcrafted journal which promises to take the guesswork out of
Broke like glass. Broke like glass. Broke like glass.
Tonight, young men clinging to life after a shocking head-on crash on a country road. Monkeypox cases surge in Melbourne, the new warning from health chiefs. Melbourne's Harrison Petty accepts an apology from the Brisbane captain after a sledge that reduced him to tears. 6 gang members cuffed and drugs and cash seized in a Melbourne crackdown on tax fraud. Forking out more for chicken, the latest price hike that has
Oh my god. This is so hard.
For Clarko as the Roos cop are hiding from the Suns. Good evening. 2 young men are fighting for their lives and another has serious injuries after a head-on smash in the Latrobe Valley. One of the drivers was spotted face down in a ditch by a Good Samaritan after he was thrown from his car. Elizabeth Moss has the latest.
Oh my god. I'm not even gonna play this
the
game.
road. This white Mazda mangled its 22-year-old driver trapped inside. He was driving down Hazelwood Road just after 8 this morning when he collided head-on with this blue BMW.
The passenger side doors of the vehicle on the wrong side of the road have been torn from it, and the driver of that vehicle was thrown from the vehicle.
The BMW was sent hurtling into the boggy marsh. A 20-year-old passenger still inside the car was conscious but hurt. The car door ripped off its hinges, left strewn across the driveway with a trail of debris.
Or we can see that the forces on the car quite catastrophic. Weather conditions at the time were less than ideal. The road was wet, it had been raining all night.
Just moments after the smash, a passing motorist stopped to help. He noticed this car and cut the seatbelt to free its driver, but that's when he spotted the second vehicle, the BMW, in the ditch. He waded through the mud and noticed its driver face down. His wife has called 000 and police say it's that fast thinking that's made all the difference.
Without that motorist, he could have died at the scene.
Both drivers and the passenger were flown to Melbourne. Detectives are now investigating whether speed was a factor and if the 25-year-old BMW driver was licensed or had his seatbelt on.
Now, first indications that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. You don't get thrown out of the car if you're wearing a seatbelt.
Elizabeth Moss is at the Alfred Hospital tonight. Lizzie, how are the drivers doing?
Well, Alicia, we know one of the drivers is here at the Alfred in a critical condition. The other driver also fighting for their life tonight. So we've got 2 in hospital in critical conditions and one from one of those cars in a serious but stable condition tonight at the Royal Melbourne. Alicia, as police said, this crash would have been so much worse had it not been for those Good Samaritans.
Yes, indeed. Okay, Lizzie, thank you. And it's been a terrible 24 hours on the roads. This is the mangled mess of a Holden Barina at Glenburn, northeast of Melbourne. Its driver, a 30-year-old woman, died at the scene. The car hit a ute at the intersection of Melbourne Highway and Burns Road just before 8:30 last night. The other driver, a 42-year-old man, stopped after the crash and wasn't injured. The monkeypox virus is spreading in Melbourne in the first widespread example of local transmission since the global outbreak began. 20 people have been infected in the past 2 weeks as vaccine stocks remain low and negative reports.
Monkeypox is circling, and Circuit Bar Fitzroy is pumping the brakes. The bar, ultra cautious, its Naples night cancelled indefinitely. It is in the best interest of our community, as operators say, and indeed the wider community, that this hiatus happens. Victoria's Deputy Chief Health Officer couldn't agree.
We're quite concerned about the increase in local transmission. So from a public health perspective, it's a reasonably sound choice to cancel some events.
20 cases acquired in Melbourne in just 2 weeks, half Victoria's total, 40 since May. The most of any state, and the only state with increased strength. Among the 89 monkeypox infections nationwide, it's transmitted skin to skin. Needs to be blocked.
This has been a disease that's almost entirely affected gay and bisexual men, and mostly appears to be being transmitted like a sexually transmitted infection.
The biggest issue has been the low supply of vaccines. We only started receiving some 10 days ago. So here in Melbourne, golden opportunity missed.
to Wintermega.
It would have been great if we'd had the vaccines earlier. You can fly to Montreal right now and get vaccinated, but it's hard to get vaccinated in Australia.
The context is Europe and North America have case numbers in the thousands. Officials here optimistic.
When we do get more vaccine in September, we're going to have over 20,000 doses.
For now, the focus is still returned overseas travellers checking for symptoms. But once again, Melbourne's in a league of its own.
Local transmission is a whole different ballgame. That means it's actually in the community. It means everybody.
Okay, sorry, I completely forgot I was playing this.
Harrison Petty has accepted an apology from Brisbane captain Dane Zorko after his mid-game sledge brought the Melbourne defender to tears. The inappropriate comment drew a fiery response from the Demons players, but the club says the matter has now been resolved. Like Joshua Dawn, who is at the MCG tonight. Josh, how has the AFL responded?
Alicia, the AFL won't be pursuing any further action against Dane Zorko, satisfying how both clubs have handled the matter, with apologies coming from both the Brisbane captain and the club today, and also accepting the fact that Harrison Petty is pretty keen to move on, believing the situation and the matter has now been resolved. Still, though, it was a sour note on what was otherwise a brilliant night for Melbourne's premiership defence.
Returning home with a top 4 spot in the bag, and instead of celebrating their scintillating victory, the Demons were forced to rally around a defeated teammate.
Harrison Petty at three-quarter time, he was really upset at something that has occurred out on the ground.
With Harrison Petty's side up by 70 points, there seems few reasons for an almost inconceivable reaction like this.
Okay, let's go and take the one. I'll do it in the video. Peace out.